You know that sound your computer makes when it starts up? The whirs, the clicks, the beeps. We usually ignore it, but what if it's not just noise? What if it's a conversation, a battle? Imagine this. Inside your PC, an old, grizzled hard disk drive, the one that's been with you for years, is facing off against a slick, new, solid-state drive. The old HDD, let's call him Clicker, has seen it all. He holds your entire digital life story. Every photo from that awkward high school phase, every late-night essay, every game you ever downloaded and forgot about. He's slow, sure, but he's reliable. He's family. He remembers the time you spilled coffee on the keyboard and held his breath, hoping he'd survive. He remembers the all-nighters, the victories, the heartbreaks. Every click and whir is a page in your history. He represents the comfort of the familiar, the weight of memory. Then, the new SSD, Flash, bursts onto the scene. He's lightning fast, silent, and efficient. He doesn't care about the past. He's all about the future. He can load your operating system before you've even sat down. Games launch in an instant. Everything is smooth, seamless, and immediate. Flash sees the old HDD as a relic, a rusty anchor holding the whole system back. Why trudge through memory lane when you can sprint into tomorrow? He's the promise of progress, the thrill of the new and improved. This isn't just a technical upgrade. It's a drama playing out in circuits and silicon. It's the classic story of old versus new, tradition versus innovation. The CPU, the brain of the operation, is caught in the middle, trying to mediate as these two drives argue over who gets to be the primary. The HDD insists on his value, his irreplaceability. The SSD scoffs, pointing to his raw speed and performance. He calls the HDD a museum piece, a clunky antique. The tension builds. The system starts to lag. You, the user, just see a spinning wheel of death or a frozen screen. You get frustrated, maybe even reboot the system. But inside, it's a full-blown crisis. The HDD feels the sting of being called obsolete. He's been a faithful servant, and now he's being pushed aside for a younger, faster model. It's a story of loyalty, betrayal, and the relentless march of technology. Think about our own lives. We often face the same dilemma. Do we stick with the comfortable and familiar, the things that have served us well for years? Or do we embrace the new, the faster, the potentially better, even if it means leaving something beloved behind? That old smartphone you can't bear to part with, the worn-out sneakers that are just so comfortable, the neighborhood you grew up in. They're all HDDs in a world full of SSDs. This internal conflict in our computers is a mirror of our own struggles with change. Every time we choose to upgrade, we're making a decision. We're telling one part of our history, thank you for your service, but your time is up. And we're telling a new part, welcome, show me what you can do. The HDD holds the memories, but the SSD holds the potential. One gives us our roots, the other gives us wings. So, the next time your computer hangs for a second, maybe it's not just a glitch. Maybe it's the old guard making its last stand. It's a silent digital drama about what it means to be useful, what it means to be remembered, and what happens when the future comes knocking, ready to replace the past. It makes you wonder, in this battle for digital dominance, who are you rooting for? The keeper of your past or the key to your future? The choice, ultimately, is always yours. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more stories from inside the machine.